I think one of the big things you consistently hear is, how did I do this before?
Yeah.
There's so many times where we're nervous, it's expensive. We don't know if this is a good fit for us. A gentleman came by yesterday at the casino night and he goes, I wanted ServiceTitan because I was tired of working in the business and not on the business. And it's like, he goes, you have to have a way to track time, right? Well, yeah, we actually have geofencing. We can automate it if you want, within a certain radius of the address.
Right.
Clock them in, clock them out.
Yeah.
He goes, oh my God, I must spend, 4 hours a day, going through all those. So Dispatch Pro is really cool. That's that Titan Intelligence, our AI.
Yeah.
Helping a dispatcher make, the right tech for the right job for profit, right?
Yep.
In short, Bob, we're all in. So from a partnership perspective, we want to be involved with as many events as you all will have.
Joseph, Phil, thank you so much for being here today. Very excited to have you. For those who haven't met you, can you guys share your names and who you work for, what you do for them?
I'm Joseph Morales. I've been at ServiceTitan just over 4 years.
Very good.
Traveling around doing events like this.
Very good.
Very good, Phil.
Yeah, Phil Stern, ServiceTitan. Been there for about half a year. Feels about 6 years more than 6 months, but it's been great. It's been a great journey. ServiceTitan now on the business development side.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, very excited to have you guys in, partnership with CertainPath. Obviously, you guys do great stuff with home services, so we'll dig into all that. But I always love learning people's backgrounds and how you got to where you are. So, Joseph, we'll start with you. So 4 years of CertainPath.
4 years,
and that's like, 20-something years? And
we met
working, right? Because of how you guys have been moving and shaking. So let's start. After school, how did you get to where you are today?
Yeah, so right after school, neighbor got a job selling snacks.
Okay.
So a lot of companies have the free snacks, free drinks. I used to manage a team that would deliver all that.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I got really into coffee during that time. I started, this is out in San Jose, the Bay Area, California. So I actually started a coffee roaster program.
Really?
With Facebook.
Oh.
And so I would go around, find these local roasters, taste, get all this free coffee, and then...
So you're just shaking all the time?
Yeah. And bring them into Facebook. Yeah, but the crazy thing is they would almost always say yes, because you're talking thousands of pounds a week.
Oh, right.
These are, local roasters that are, oh my gosh, yeah, like we could do it. Even one guy told me later, oh, I couldn't keep up, but I went and bought a roaster that day after we agreed.
Yeah.
And then we've made it happen.
Yeah.
So went that route, got into IT reseller, selling like servers, networking, security. Moved down to Southern California. Of course, then COVID happened.
Oh, okay.
So that whole thing. And then got a LinkedIn message from a recruiter at ServiceTitan. And it was one of those things where, man, I just feel really good about this.
Yeah.
And sure enough, took the job and love it.
Yeah.
I'm so glad, things worked out the way they did.
Yeah. What did you know about ServiceTitan back then?
At the time, nothing.
Nothing?
Literally nothing. Software. Nothing about contractors. I was in that IT software world. Yeah. So I had just kind of, looked it up online, read about it, and thought, wow, people are saying a lot of really great things. Yeah. Obviously the funding and everything you're reading about too is just like, wow, okay, something feels really good about this.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like this is the right opportunity to kind of just jump in and learn. And if you had asked me then all the things I know now in the contracting space, I'd have told you no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
And I was telling Phil last night, talking about the software now, I've been doing it so long at these events.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like blacking out. Don't even realize what I just said.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, that sounded really good, actually. I do know what I'm talking about.
That's right. It's just ingrained in you now.
Yeah.
That's right. Good stuff. Oh, good. All right, Phil, you're the new guy.
Yeah.
So you had to, you had to do something before that. So what was your journey to ServiceTitan?
Yeah. So I was actually at Google for 12 years before joining ServiceTitan. So all software, all tech side. My journey there started on advertising, marketing side. Working with a lot of small, medium-sized businesses. So not too different from ServiceTitan's kind of like entry play into that space.
Yeah.
And then from there, I started working on partnerships, BD, kind of moving to work with some big brands like Wells Fargo. Worked in Ford, a lot of automotive deals. My last stint there was all focused on AI. So working on how we do AI solutions with these companies, a lot of translations, virtual agents, stuff like that.
Yeah.
How I got to ServiceTitan is actually I stepped away from Google. Had a couple of things on the personal side, kind of take care of my dad when he got sick.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually a contractor himself. So he was in the construction business doing scaffolding in the 80s. So it was very risky, but he made it through, and he's good now. But yeah, I got reached out to by a recruiter from ServiceTitan, learned all I could, talked to a couple of friends of mine who were in the space, and this is the place to be. If you're going to make this through, Phil, go to ServiceTitan. And I haven't looked back. I took yourself last night, man. It was one of the best decisions of my life.
That's great. What are your guys' impressions working with contractors?
What led us to attend the event today? We've been watching the CertainPath podcast on YouTube for quite some time, and it just had a lot of good content, so we wanted to come and see what that content was live. Coming into this, I had no expectations of what it might be. I've never experienced anything like this before, but it proved to be a truly moving and engaging experience all the way around. My most powerful insight from this is that there are other contractors just like me, just struggling to make it, to figure it out. And it's wonderful to know that there's a network of people that can help support you and have your back. The most exciting thing to take home here, what we're going to implement is going to be the call taking and dispatching for profit. I can truly see from the coaches what the value of that is, and for us, that's going to be step one. I would recommend others come and experience so that they can find out what they don't know, to understand that they don't know what they don't know, and to be able to experience a community that's willing to help answer that question.
I'm 44. I started when I was my 21, 22. So I've been a long time. I just love the guys. It's just really cool. They're just good, salty people. Most of them hard stories that, they bootstrap. But what's your impression of working with?
We were just talking about it last night, and I feel the exact same. It's one of those things where it's more of you can be just totally normal.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel weird. Nobody's like, oh, why is he not super polished? And you can be, and it's fine. But there's not really a need to be. And it's just, I don't know, it feels easier to connect with people.
Yeah.
And then you get a lot of these cool stories, or, oh yeah, the way I built this business,
right?
Things like that. So at the end of the day, then it feels like, man, I'm really helping somebody.
Yeah.
Right? Not just this other big corporation.
Right.
Some other great thing, but it's a little more personal feel.
You get to see it. Yeah. So what do you think?
Yeah, I was telling Joseph, when I started at Google, actually, I was working strictly with small, medium-sized businesses. These are very small mom and pop shops. Just getting their advertising coming from the yellow pages, seeing how Google could be their different yellow pages, essentially. I love those conversations. I think working with a small business just puts you in touch with people in a way that almost nothing else can. It's probably been the most rewarding part of my career. And returning back to that in ServiceTitan was like a added bonus. I didn't know I was going to be able to get those conversations again. I didn't know exactly where I'd land on that, but being able to do it is just, it's so rewarding. To see something that someone's built from the ground up or inherited or taken over the family business and making that happen. It's just, I don't know, something very American about it. I like it.
It is. Yeah. It is. That's a good way to describe it. It's very American. Well, you're talking yellow pages. That made me flash back. When I started writing yellow page ads for clients. Yeah. Yellow page ads, direct mail. That's how I started in this whole thing. Yeah. But those aren't around anymore. I guess they might be. I don't know who's still spent it.
I think they're all like online at this point.
Yeah, is it? I mean, I'm sure some small towns people still have maybe the phone book from 20 years ago. But anyways, it's wild how fast it's all changed. But anyways, okay. So hey, we are in a partnership now, CertainPath. And ServiceTitan. What did how excited are you guys for this? What when did you know this was happening? What are your first impressions?
I can take that. I worked on the partnership side, so we've been working at this actually with CertainPath for I want to say the better part of like probably 3 to 4 months at this point. So it's been imminent. We knew that there was something here from our first conversation. We actually started it with David a couple months ago, but I think what we recognize is that CertainPath's model and how you all work with your members was just a perfect fit for ServiceTitan. We saw how you were coaching folks. We saw how there was like an entry level for folks to kind of come into. And then as they evolve their business, there's always an optionality for something like ServiceTitan that lets them evolve and move up the path from the software perspective.
Sure.
I think what the other thing is, and this is pretty much why I was kind of brought into ServiceTitan, is that we're working with a lot of partners now to build out a network to help our customers be even more successful than we've already seen on ServiceTitan. We think that, associations to do coaching, consulting, working ground to ground with businesses is exactly how we can do that. So, I'm proud to say that this program is really looking to invest with partners like CertainPath to help our customers grow. And as we bring on new customers and joint customers, there's just a lot of upside for both of us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the software is absolutely amazing, but there is still room for coaching, right? And I think we could definitely kind of coexist in that space. So what's your take on the whole situation?
So for me, coming from the more like customer prospect facing side,
Yep.
CertainPath name has been brought up over the years, and I always love working with these types of groups.
Yeah.
Because it's like, one, you have the CertainPath side, the coaching, they're pushing these contractors to be better, have this, expanding business. And then as the contractor, you actually get folks who are serious about their business. They want to grow. They want these things.
Yeah.
And that's like a perfect fit for us coming in.
Right.
It's like, hey, CertainPath wants you to do these things. We can provide tools and the KPIs and everything that you need to do that.
Yes.
Why wouldn't we work together?
Absolutely. I agree. I had the opportunity to go to Pantheon last week. I saw you there. For sure. It was a very cool experience. I was very impressed. What were some standout things from the show last week? Any takeaways?
I unfortunately was not there.
Oh, you weren't there.
No, I was.
They had you on the road working.
Yeah. I don't even know where I was last week, but it was not in Anaheim, unfortunately.
Okay.
Olive.
Yeah. So he is talk for that. Yeah.
So it was my first Pantheon, so my first rodeo, and it blew my mind. But I can tell you, I've worked at CES for years in my past life and stuff like that. So big, huge shows. I think Pantheon's a good balance between being grounded with ServiceTitan customers, and then also bringing in partners like yourself who can talk about how we're elevating this relationship.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing for me was just being out there on the floor, and you saw it. It was just a lot of energy. A lot of people wasn't around. Sometimes you get to trade shows, you don't know quite what to expect, and do those things. So aside from all the awesome features, like products that we announced, all the cool stuff we're doing with AI, I love that stuff. I'm a tech guy at heart.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of goes back to your first point. It's like meeting our customers on the ground. That's the most ServiceTitan's customers I'll probably ever see in one place until next year's Pantheon, right? But I had a lot of great conversations with them. And I think the standout thing to me was, hey, this is what I'm doing with ServiceTitan. There's always feedback, right? I think there's all good, transparent feedback on, I'm really excited about this. Oh, can you also do this? And I think even when there's things that they're looking for us to do, there's an excitement around that. Right? And that's the part that really stood out to me with Pantheon, is that this is what we're excited about. And have a conversation with the partners that this was going really well. We're excited about doing this next with you. And that shows me the investment that we do.
Yeah. I was just really impressed because I've gone to a number of shows just this year, and I don't just sit in the booth. I go to the sessions because I want to know what's going on out there, because I build a lot of the content for our stuff. And this was the first show I was like, I really got some value out of the sessions, because sometimes you go to breakout sessions and it's just a vendor pitching. And I'm like, okay, I know what you guys do. I'm like, I want to see what value you're providing contractors, and but I thought you guys did a great job. I mean, you always had a ServiceTitan moderator or something, but you didn't push the software. It was, let's talk about topics that are in your business. So I just wanted to give you guys a shout out, because again, I've been to a lot of shows and it's just like, oh my God, this is a waste of my time. Yeah. But you guys did a nice job. So I bet your team works on that all year round. I know what we do for these things, and it's a 6-month
process for next year already.
Oh, I guarantee it. I know we are talking our spring event, already, and it's never ending. And especially the glitz and the glamour part, that especially. Holy moly. Yeah, you guys
wouldn't know, but
you've been to one before that you've had to have. You're kidding me.
I've at least somewhere else.
I gotta call your boss or something. Like, come on, let this guy go enjoy.
One day.
You can relax a little bit.
Maybe next year would be the year.
Have a drink, watch a little Big Town, I was really impressed. Just grinding. You said there were some cool announcements. Maybe kind of share with everybody, what were some of the big software developments, things you're working on, you rolled out that people know about that weren't there, including yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure he's indulged me. No, I would say focus area for us, for not just Pantheon, but for this last year, and Joseph can back me up on some of this, is really a big investment for us, Bob, on the commercial and construction side. Our team there has been working night day. I can't tell you how active that Slack channel is.
Oh my gosh.
All the new features that they're bringing, all the new stuff they're coming in. And it's really, and this is one thing that I love about, ServiceTitan. I've been around a lot of software companies in my career. They are very in tune about building features that their customers will use, utilize, and succeed with. There's a lot of things that happen out there that they're just done because they can be done, or done because one person in product's really obsessed with it and they want to bring it into life. I love that ServiceTitan starts all their features with, here's a customer who's asking for this. Here's how we're going to develop it. Here's who else will it serve?
Yeah.
And that you see all through our commercial and construction piece. Everything we've done from a project management space of what you can track, reports you can build out,
Yeah.
how it talks to your accounting system now.
Right.
All that stuff has been developed directly with our customers, our product folks going directly working with them. And now you're starting to see the fruits of that labor come true.
Right.
We had a lot of great announcements about how if you're a commercial and construction business and you in the past looked at ServiceTitan and said, that's more residential, that's more home services.
Yeah.
Time to rethink that big time. And we're really pushing for that. I think our messaging will follow up with where the product is at right now, but that's absolutely something we're pushing for. And I'm super excited.
That's cool. I mentioned it just before you came down. I noticed the intentionality. There's a lot of roofing sessions going on. And I know, we work with, I don't know, 100 whatever roofers. Not many of them use the software, but I can tell that's certainly a space you're trying to serve. I mean, I don't know, what kind of stuff are you doing to get the software where it works for roofers? I don't know how well you guys know it to speak to it, but it certainly seemed like it's intentional.
Yeah, definitely intentional. I think it was last year, we announced our partnership with GAF or GAF, whichever way you want to say it, as their preferred software vendor now.
Yeah.
So we have gone to a lot of their regional shows, their big shows, and generally we're one of the only softwares there.
Yeah.
Obviously others in the space,
Yeah.
but they're committed to us and we're committed to them.
Right.
And just finding the right partnerships, Hubber, Eagleview, we're learning more and more what roofers are using.
Right.
How can we do that within ServiceTitan? And if we can't yet, then who can we partner with to really ensure their success, their growth, the same way we do with any other industry?
Yeah.
And so far it's been great.
Yeah.
I'm going to a roofing show next week. So
Right. That's right.
I'll be there, talking more about ServiceTitan. I went last year and it was more of a, hey, don't you guys do HVAC?
Yeah.
You had this roofing show for
And they're about that blunt. I love my roof. When they're to let you know, what are you doing here?
Yeah, why are you here? Because we work with roofers now. And they're really?
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see what this year will bring at the show. Now that we're a little more established, people are taking a look at us more.
Right.
More and more folks are talking about us. So it'll be exciting.
Yeah. How do you guys, and I don't know what your depth of knowledge is, how do you guys source information from contractors? So if you want to build out the roofing or a different division, like, are you just talking to clients or what's the process,
I don't know full extent. I know part of it is we have
It's a giant team, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, 100, it's constant communication.
Yes, and we do have the ServiceTitan community where contractors can post like, hey, we think
Oh,
this is,
yeah. Right.
and then people can vote on it. And I know that's somewhere they
That's cool.
to get ideas.
Yeah.
Kind of to Phil's point, like, hey, this is the person that's asking. Yeah, let's talk to them, right? Let's see what we can do. So,
Right.
But aside from that, somebody above me for sure.
Yeah. Just know there's a lot of cool stuff that's always coming
In
out.
terms of industries and
Yeah.
whatnot. I know we vet heavily before we even say, yes, this is something we can do for this industry.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's
No.
next,
There's always something, though.
Always something.
Well, I was going to say, I saw the videos Ara posted or, at Pantheon. I was like, wow, to see what his vision or your vision is for the future. But like the AI stuff, like there was stuff that rolled out. What was the little voice thing? What's that called?
So there was Atlas.
Yeah, Atlas. Yeah. I was like, so that's a new feature, right?
Yeah.
Can you share with people what that's all about?
Yeah. So Atlas is something we've been developing. There's new features getting added into it, but Atlas kind of encompasses all of AI aspects that we're building into our product, like core and pro product otherwise. So Atlas is kind of becoming the home of that for ServiceTitan. So it's less of a just one new feature, and more of like, this is our AI play for ServiceTitan, which is, I think, a great strategy. One that we're seeing a lot more from some companies, if you're kind of in that space, is that instead of thinking about AI as this one kind of stop all feature that you put onto your product, it's more about enhancing what you're already doing, making it smarter, making it easier for your customers, and totally makes sense for a place like ServiceTitan, right? We want to be customer forward. We don't want to introduce AI for introducing the sake of AI.
Yeah.
We want more about the features that we can enhance with AI, right? About if you have dispatch, how can you get smarter about that?
Yeah.
Your routing, get smarter about that.
It was wild. Like when I saw in the demonstration, like, it can pretty much troubleshoot the business. It's like, these are the KPIs and this is what you should do. I was like, wow. I mean, it's pretty impressive to see what it can do.
Yeah.
So, well, very cool. Well, hey, you guys have certainly, you've been around it for a while now.
Wow.
What have you seen with contractors you've talked to that didn't have the software and now they've adopted it? What are some of the things you always hear that they're like happy with?
I think one of the big things you consistently hear is, how did I do this before?
Yeah.
There's so many times where we're nervous, it's expensive. We don't know if this is a good fit for us, which fine. That's why we do demos. That's why we show folks.
Right.
Once they kind of pull the trigger and make that decision to move forward with ServiceTitan, you always hear, why didn't we do this sooner?
Right.
What were we waiting for?
Right.
Time and time again. And I love it because I will see the same people at a show the next year or another show. It's somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so it's nice when they come back and they go, I'm so glad we talked to you. We came by. We love it. What's new? Like now they're the ones asking, hey, what else can we do?
Right.
Is this it?
Right.
So I usually point them in a different direction for somebody else. There's a lot more. But no, in seriousness, it's really cool to hear that. And that I would say that's the number one thing you hear all the time.
Just don't know how we did it.
How did we do it before? Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it really makes them way more efficient, right? Maybe you can speak to that. What are the ways it makes their operations more efficient?
Just in terms of automation, right? Like, especially if you start building onto the pro products, like
we'll get into those in a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. I won't go too much into it. Yeah. I talked to a guy yesterday.
Yep.
They're tracking their time manually, which this one was crazy for me, but through email.
Yeah.
So texts are filling in their time.
Wow.
Clocked in, we're leaving, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, it goes to the office. The office has to review it. They have to add that into the job. They have to add it into payroll. They have to add it here. And it's like, he goes, you have to have a way to track time, right? Oh yeah. We actually have geofencing. We can automate it if you want, within a certain radius of the address.
Right.
Clock them in, clock them out.
Yeah.
He goes, oh my God, I must spend, I don't know, 4 hours a day, going through all those. Cause I think they had about 20 people.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know, I can't, there's no way we can do this anymore.
Yeah.
So those types of things, right? You look at that, you look at building out your estimates. It's more automated. There's templates. So you're speeding up that whole process.
Right.
Getting it over to the office faster so that you can invoice, you can get paid.
Right.
You're not sitting there waiting. Well, we got to write this out. The guy doesn't show up till the end of the day.
Yeah.
I got 1 million of these to go through. Yeah. So just really helping the efficiencies, automation. And actually a gentleman came by yesterday at the casino night and he goes, I wanted ServiceTitan because I was tired of working in the business and not on the business. Right. And that's one of those sayings that I just love to hear.
Right.
Because nobody wants to sit there and have to do those things.
No.
You get comfortable or you grow really fast and you don't know where else to go. And so once you finally make that change, I can focus on my marketing. I can focus on these other areas.
Yes.
Grow the business more and do it the right way now instead of this chaotic mess that we're going through.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was going to say, you touched on what I was going to say is, yeah, there's an investment. It's not inexpensive, but when you think about getting it back 4 hours a day, as a business owner, what can you do with 4 hours a day to grow your business instead of doing some manual baloney, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Limitless.
Yeah. No, that's very cool.
I would also say, once you get those 4 hours back, that's also where ServiceTitan shines because it shows you, hey, what those 4 hours or that efficiency you gain, look into your CRM. Here's how you can actually cultivate those customers, grow them, grow your revenue per customer.
Hey, let's be honest. If you're listening or watching to the Successful Contractor, you're looking how to get better. More revenue, more profit, more time, a happier team. You're a self-starter, an avid learner, all great things, but you can only learn so much from a podcast. That's why you need a coach, a system, some accountability, a network of 1,200 contractors, industry-leading training, all that and more. You need CertainPath. At CertainPath, we offer a free discovery call with a CertainPath coach. It's real one-on-one conversations with someone who can help you get clarity, get focused, and start making real progress. At CertainPath, since 1998, we've helped thousands of service business owners in HVAC, plumbing, electrical, roofing, build companies that run on systems, not stress. Businesses that grow fast and profitably, but also protect their time, their team, and their values. If you're working long hours, carrying all the pressure, or stuck at a ceiling, this call is for you. Our coaches have helped contractors go from $500,000 to $5 million, from $5 million to $20 million, and from $20 million to $100 million plus. Whatever your goal, CertainPath can direct you along a path to achieve it. So if you're ready for a real conversation with CertainPath about your business, your goals, what's actually in your future, go to the episode description and click on that link that says book your free discovery call. You don't have to figure it out all alone. You just need a proven path and someone who's walked it before. That's CertainPath. Book a discovery call now.
Well, and that's what's great with like the Titan score. Yeah. Right. Titan score within ServiceTitan essentially grades you on how well you use the software. It's the next areas to expand into.
Right.
So once you have that time, like to your point, ServiceTitan saying, hey, here, check this out. We think we should go this direction next.
So is that just like just a part of the software? You just go there and you check it out,
It's just product coaching. Yeah.
And so speaking of coaching, you get I know the software, it's it's a bit to get implemented, but once it's in place, how do you guys support contractors and coach them to use it more effectively? Is that a component of what you guys offer?
Definitely. Yeah, there's the whole onboarding implementation piece, right? So you'll go through your trainings, your data transfers, all of that. And then from there, you get a dedicated success manager. It's kind of your go-to. Hey, we want to do this. We're running into this. We also have support.
Yeah.
You can always reach out to as another line. There's, knowledge base, which is another area that you can search. Hey, we're looking to do this.
Yeah.
The community is also a great place to connect with other, contractors using the software.
Yeah.
And going back to Pantheon real quick.
Yeah.
That's one of the other things that I hear since I've never been.
So he's hurt.
Yeah.
So
I'm so guilty to
but no, I'm too. But one of the great things I always hear is other contractors helping each other, troubleshoot. Hey, we do it this way. What do you think of this? And then they'll pull up their laptops and show them right then and there, and and kind of work them through together. Because of course, on the ServiceTitan side, we always sound great. Right? We talk about it great because that's what we do.
Right.
And it's a little different when you hear it from someone who's actually using software day in and day out.
Yeah.
So
I love
those
it.
are just some of the resources.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of what we talk about is really benefits for the owners, the managers, right? How to the back end, but so much of what the software does also helps the technicians and call center. Maybe speak to some of the benefits of the software for the field folks, and that they're not naturally. I mean, now technicians are younger and younger; they're more adept at picking up. But still, it's different, right? It's not a tool. So, but how does it benefit the techs?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is when you look at the mobile app. I think step one is it's simple. It's meant to look easy, right? At the end of the day, a technician's trying to get in, get out, move on to the next job.
Yeah.
That's the goal, right? So having an easy software to get through, and then, right, going through your checklists. Hey, did I do this? The steps can be required. So, right, technicians are busy. They're going to miss things from time to time. No fault of them. I didn't get the serial number. The system will let you know, hey, you can't close out your job. You didn't put the serial number in for this new HVAC unit or whatever, right? So having those kind of guardrails to make sure that you're getting through everything. Okay, now I need to sell this. Oh, a template is here for that. It offers a good, better, best option.
Yeah.
I don't even have to think about it. There it is. It's ready to go. Great. Show the customer. Oh, we have a finance option, right? You can show that on the estimate automatically. Or you do maintenance plans, right? Not all technicians are salespeople,
Right.
Or board salespeople.
We talk about it all the time.
But
Those clubs.
yeah, right. But it'll actually show those savings on the estimate. And then the idea there is that the customer will say, hey, what is this, X dollar savings? Oh, that's actually part of our maintenance package. Would you like to sign up? And you can pull it up right there.
Yeah.
And sign up
That's
on the
nice.
spot. So you just up that.
Makes it easy.
Yeah. You make it easy, up the membership numbers. So now the manager's happy. The company's doing well. If there's commissions involved, the technician's loving that.
Sure.
Sort of thing. So really just making sure all that is easy for them. And one place to see all the history, the notes, pictures. Right. They don't want to call and say, hey, what is this? What did we do last time at, Mrs. Smith's house? So, just having all that readily available.
Yeah.
And
so it reminds them, like, if they don't do the inspection or they're not doing the option. See, that's so huge.
Set it up that way.
That biggest thing is we coach all the time. It's like, because sometimes the tech doesn't want to do it, even though we've trained on it over and over. So this is a nice reminder that you got to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then having the pictures is nice, for doing installs. You're like, what am I, where is this going? Oh, okay. I see how we have to stage it in a certain way. So that's so valuable.
Yeah.
How about for your call center folks? What value does ServiceTitan make for them? Your dispatchers? How does it make their lives easier?
Yeah, I think a big part, I don't know too much in terms of details in the call center, but I know for like CSRs, making sure that kind of similar to the technician, that the right questions are being asked at the time of booking, right? Select the job type, and then you have a list of questions to make sure that you're getting the right information so that when the tech goes out, they're ready to go. So those types of things, dispatching, right? You have your dispatch board, you have the map so you can see where technicians are at. So in case you're getting these emergency calls, oh, John's right there. He's almost done, right? Because you can see that he's been at a job for X amount of time on the screen. He should be wrapping up. You could, because that job typically takes an hour and a half. You're at an hour 15. All right, cool. We'll assign that to him. He'll get into that next job, right? So just having similar to the field, everything's readily available right in front of you. You can see what's going on at any given time. And so you can adjust rapidly, quickly.
Right.
And then I know pro products coming later, but there's a whole lot that can.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
dig in. We'll dig in.
Yeah.
One thing I will add, probably because I'm a route optimization nerd.
Okay.
But I think with dispatch particularly, what I've been really impressed with ServiceTitan, and I've heard this in some of our customers talk about it, is it allows you to decentralize as a front office, right? So you no longer have to have your techs come all the way in. You can batch them directly from their home or from a different job, where kind of get them out on the road. And that saves a lot over time. You can think about it, right? You've got 5 people out there. You can have them start from their own home bases. You have where their regions are. You can have specialists. You see where they're deployed and move those folks around. If you're on paper,
No, but
but even if you're on an unsophisticated software, you're not going to be able to do that. If your life as a dispatcher is optimization, right? So I think that is something that ServiceTitan really excels at. Gives you like a really clear, easy visual, and the software is really intuitive. And I think this goes well for techs as well. When Joseph's describing this, because he's done this a lot, he's going through it quick. But as a new guy, you can get in. I've looked at our app, but I'm just kind of I'm doing all the things he's saying, and it took me 5 minutes, right? Because one device that we all have, no matter now, is you're on your mobile device. Yeah, how an app works. Yeah, and ServiceTitan's built with that in mind, right? It has a lot of modern capabilities when it comes to moving things around, putting your pictures into, attaching things. It works the way that 99% of all apps work today, right? And that actually makes a big difference when someone's trying to learn. You don't factor that into your training time for your reps, but I can tell you, someone coming from the outside in, from the software world, it makes a big difference. If you can train someone up in 30 minutes versus 3 days, it makes a very big difference, right?
Yeah. To me, it seems like it's a big it's a retention tool. I mean, how do you keep people if they're like, all of a sudden they come from one company and they use you guys, and I'm going to another company, like, what are we doing? Like paper, or I'm using a software.
You hear that a lot.
I mean, I can imagine it's something, because you don't want that. It's added stress. It's with what you guys describe. It's very intuitive. It's easy. Why would I want all these extra steps when I can go communicating with a homeowner, or, maybe closing a deal or whatever, right? It just makes life easier.
Yeah. And to your point, it does help when, a technician leaves a company and they go somewhere else and they don't have it. We now have that internal champion that's like, hey.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Yeah, right. It's like,
and it's good for the contractor. Yeah.
But it generally isn't. Then you run back into that. How did we do this before?
Right.
Right. So
people get comfortable in their pain. They do, and they're like, how we always did it. Well, that doesn't mean you have to always do it that way forever.
That's just the human nature.
It is. It
really is.
That's what we're all fighting, that human nature. You guys, I mean, we talk KPIs all the time at CertainPath, but how many KPIs? I always hear you guys, there's so much, right? There's so much data. Like, do you know, is there a number? Or?
I don't know the number. I think don't quote me, this might be wrong, but I want to say it's in the upwards of like 200-ish built-in reports. Do you know? It's something crazy like that.
No.
But I always tell people, even if that's totally off, I always tell people, if you can think it, and ServiceTitan has the data to build out that report. And right, we have the custom reporting capability. So if you can think it, if you for whatever reason are really, really, stuck on this one specific KPI, we can build that report.
Right.
And we can automate it for you, and you can get it daily, monthly, weekly, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Straight into your inbox. Right. So I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot. It's a lot.
I've heard it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
You can think it will be there.
Yeah. Well, let's dig into some of the pro products, and I'll just touch on each one, and I'll let you guys give me some insight on each one. So, talking call center, let's start with Dispatch Pro. So what is Dispatch Pro? How does it serve the contractor? How does it make their life easier?
Yeah. You want to talk about it a little bit, since that's your route optimization? Or I'll defer to you. I'll add in over after that. So Dispatch Pro is really cool. That's that Titan Intelligence, our AI.
Yeah.
Helping a dispatcher make, the right tech for the right job for profit, right?
Yep.
Just because you think this person is always the best. Some companies have started using Dispatch Pro, and then they realize, oh, actually, Jimmy's actually better at this, and he's going to get the higher ticket rather than John, who we thought was really great.
Right.
So there's a lot of things like that. And again, back to the human nature factor. You just, you have a feeling, you think this guy's good at it.
Right.
Dispatch Pro is telling you, no, based on what data we have, this is who you want to send to this job.
Mm-hmm.
This is who you want to send to this job. And the cool thing is, because some people are a little skeptical, right, early on, you do have the option to have Dispatch Pro suggest who should go, and then you can choose yes or no, right? And then you can just fully let it do its thing.
Yeah.
Or you can start one way and then switch to the other later on. Yeah. I don't know the exact number, but I think it's somewhere in like one dispatcher can now handle like 20-ish techs in dispatching, 20, 25, somewhere in that area. and get them, optimized quickly, and boom, have them out and ready to go.
Yeah.
You know,
And what a tool, like, I've been as a long time, you talk to small companies, you lose your dispatcher.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, but this sounds like you put a new person in or you promote them to dispatcher. And it's like, this is a huge tool that helps.
someone goes on vacation,
Right. Oh, God forbid that people not work. Well, no, but it makes it a lot easier than trying to learn dispatching from the ground up. We have training for it. And, I always urge people go to the training because there's value in understanding it all. But what a great tool in that regard. Pricebook Pro, that's another thing. And it integrates with what we teach. I know we have members go, I just take our pricing book and I'll integrate it into a ServiceTitan. It's easy to do. Maybe just share with people what Pricebook Pro is and how it.
Yeah, Pricebook Pro is a cool one, especially if you're starting from pen and paper and you don't necessarily have a digital price book or something that's easily uploadable, right? You can have this pre-built with a lot of the common parts in your industry. So generally, if you're signing up new, it's a good time to just get it. You can always customize an ad and whatnot. One of the cool features too is it will kind of show you how you're priced in your area. Obviously, it's not giving you your competitor next door's actual pricing, but it's like,
That's interesting.
Yeah, say, hey, you maybe this is a little low based on the averages or where you're at, or maybe it's a little high, or so you can kind of adjust to where you want to be.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of the main thing with Pricebook Pro. There's definitely some other cool features, but I think if you're just getting started with it, that's the area that you're going to want to take advantage of.
Like the nice thing, it just allows you to increase your prices quickly, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that too. Yeah.
Materials and equipment have just going up and up and up. Yeah, it changes daily, and I get why people like sometimes the paper presentation. We certainly have a book like that, but if you need to update it quickly, it's hard to do that. It's constantly. So that press of a button, it does it right.
Yeah.
So that is a nice feature. How about Marketing Pro? This could be a long conversation.
Marketing Pro is a big one.
Right.
I think feels like it's our most adopted one.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Right. I mean, you can get into reputation management, ads optimizer, right? Just helping you better track where your leads are coming based on your marketing efforts so that you're getting the ROI that you want out of it. It's not, oh, well, we think it's doing well. Yeah. Maybe it's doing well.
Right.
Right. You're able to build out these different campaigns with specific phone numbers. We have the UTM tracking. So you can, even if a lead starts on Facebook, but it ends up going through your website, right, and booking, that it started from that Facebook ad.
Yeah.
So it'll track that whole process into your actual lead.
Even writes ads.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I was like, holy cow. I was like, well,
it does a lot. I think, what is it? There's the smart campaigns now that you can do too. So, we have in services customer in a year, automatically adds them to a campaign after that year mark, sends that, email, text, mailers. I mean, you can do it all. And it's just so cool because it's all automated, right? You set it up and then, because that's one of the questions you get. Oh man, we just don't have time to do those campaigns, build these out. Fair.
Yeah.
Let's help you build it out at the beginning.
Right.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Right. The system knows when these markers are hit to add them to that campaign.
Yeah.
So I think that is just like a really cool feature to be able to do that. It does a million other things, but it's.
Yeah. I'd still go back to your earlier point, Fab, about like AI and a thing like Marketing Pro. And this is kind of like what Joseph and I was alluding to, is that you may not see it and working there, but if you sign for something like Marketing Pro, you're absolutely getting the benefits of AI, right? Because we're talking about a smart campaign, ad optimization, audience handling, all that stuff that I was just talking about, all of that will be enhanced through AI getting better and better, right? I'm telling you that from a lot of insights of my previous life, but where I've worked before, is that whenever you have something like a advertising campaign and something that can be dynamic about where you're successful is, what's working, time of day, where people are, time of year, what you're doing from a product side, other things you might be changing. Very hard for any one person or even the best marketer to keep up with that. And you can automate it. You can actually ingest enough good information into the system to make your campaign actually work for you.
Yeah.
You get a lot of those benefits and you'll just see results. Like I've seen so many people get smarter about their digital advertising.
Yeah.
And those leads start coming in, you can attribute them and then you can invest back into, and you can invest with,
it works.
it would work. So that stuff works a ton. It works really well.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry to interrupt, Bob here. Quick question. Would you like a slice of the $10 million CertainPath helps contractors put back into their pockets every year? I talk to contractors all the time. Customers are spending less. Margins are shrinking. So how do you protect your profits? You buy better. At CertainPath, we give you access to all sorts of things. World-class coaching, training for every single role in your company, the largest home services community in the industry, over 1,200 members, and most importantly, 120 vendor partners you already use, equipment, financing, marketing, so much more. We negotiate exclusive discounts and rebates, over 10 million in rebates alone, and it grows every single year. So if you want to compete with private equity, you have to buy like private equity, and that's where we come in. The best part, savings and rebates can more than cover your membership. Everything else is icing on the cake. Want in? Click a link in the description. Book your free discovery call with one of our coaches and my friends, Mike or Will. One conversation could save you tens of thousands of dollars every year. Now, let's get back to the show.
Yeah, and it's really big in like maintenance contracts because you can have this maintenance contract campaign that you're not having to call each one.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get this job in, right? And then it also helps with automating your follow-ups.
Right.
Hey, we sent this estimate to you, automatically send an email. Hey, are you still interested, right? And just helping, again, everything that you're doing, instead of doing it manually, it's that next layer of just, saving the hours. And it's not that the core product can't do a lot of these things that the pro products do. I always try to describe it as, think of everything within the core product you can essentially do without the pro add-ons. Pro just takes it up to that next level, right? Like if you can do some marketing efforts and tracking, but if you want to get to these smart campaigns and be more dynamic, right? Better tracking, okay, that's where Marketing Pro comes in, right? Yep. Same thing with Dispatch Pro. You can dispatch. There's route optimization built within the system. But if you really want to take it to that next level, that's where Dispatch Pro could come in, right? And so I think for a lot of contractors, it's finding that point of where do I feel like I'm now ready for that?
Right.
You got to get set up.
I was going to say, at least get the core in and I got it, then move to the next one, right? Yeah. It sounds like Marketing Pro is certainly the one that people enjoy.
Yeah. I think it's our most adopted.
Yeah.
I would have to, if I had to guess.
Leads are getting so expensive. It's like, you want to make sure you're putting the dollars in the right place.
Yeah.
So
100%.
that makes sense. Scheduling Pro, right? That's the other. I'm trying. Am I missing any other?
Scheduling.
That's the last one. All right.
That's a perfect one to go with Marketing Pro because kind of to the point with the maintenance contracts, you can send out that campaign. You can have that link now that goes to your web scheduler through Scheduling Pro. That's customized based on your availability. They see exactly what is available. You can set certain times that maybe you don't want to get those maintenance jobs so that they can't be booked. And that's just one use case, right? You can just have it as a general online web scheduler. It's still direct into your ServiceTitan schedule, dashboard, everything. So when you come in, you know that this job is there. It's scheduled. You can customize the questions that it asks the homeowner, right? So what's happening? No air. No cool air. Okay, now here's this next question. Is there a noise or whatever you want to say? You can build that out so that you have everything you need and you're not just getting someone that's like, oh, well, no air. Like, call me.
Right.
At least now, if you do have to call them, you generally will have a lot more information. And maybe there's one or two things you're like, oh, we should add that into our questions next time because I have to call this person, right? But then you can just go back and build that next layer in. But I think it pairs really well with Marketing Pro and then going into Dispatch Pro, right? If you're doing those maintenance contracts that all these jobs are coming in, well, Dispatch Pro is going to help you optimize which ones and who should go to each of those jobs and what days. And right. So they kind of all get this huge cycle that works together.
Yeah.
Right. And grow your average ticket, up your numbers, hopefully everything you want.
Right.
And get your business to the next level. Right.
I love it. I know on our side, kind of circle back to coaching and stuff. Most of our coaches have come from the industry or they're familiar with ServiceTitan, some, really well. But I know a number of them are going through the process of getting ServiceTitan certified.
Yeah.
So what is the value of that, working with a coach that has that kind of knowledge of the industry plus ServiceTitan? What kind of benefit is there?
Yeah. I can definitely speak to that, Bob. So biggest advantage of working with a coach who's certified as a coach, because there's a couple of different certifications. You got to be certified as a ServiceTitan user. We've got our users, as Joseph mentioned as well, which is also really great. It shows a level. Coaching is a whole nother level up, right? Which means that you are specifically taught and go through a curriculum of not just learning the ServiceTitan product, but also how do you coach a business to hit those certain KPIs that we're talking about here and the ServiceTitan side. So what's great about what CertainPath is committed to and working with us on this is you get access to all our full curriculum. You get your own demo account, or you get to go in there and actually move around things in the ServiceTitan product itself. So if someone has that experience doing that already, that speaks a lot to what your members will be looking for. And just to say, hey, how do I specifically do this? Can you show me this? They can go and show in a demo account, hey, this is exactly how you can do this. You can check this. You can show me your version of what it looks like in your account. We can go through a price book and those types of things. So that's
it's a support.
It's a big commitment, which is why we're really excited about this partnership, because it's a big commitment for a coach to be certified. It's actually a lot of hours.
I was going to ask, what's the process for that?
Yeah, so it's we have a whole program that we stood up. It's actually run by Danielle Collins. She's great. She's known well throughout the ServiceTitan ecosystem, but it's a total of 40 to 60 hours. So our commitment to coach. It's a series of tests, and there's actually a refresh. So every time we drop new features like we did at Pantheon, that goes into the curriculum as well. So it takes a lot. If someone has that coaching certification from ServiceTitan, I would say, I mean, it's across industries, the places I've worked, I've never seen a more strenuous program to say that you're ready to deliver the goods on a product the way that ServiceTitan coaching will provide is. So it's a big thing, and I think it'll be a huge win for your members. Because your coaches are going to be best, right? They're going to be right up there with anyone about talking about stuff.
I think that'd be really cool too, with if you pair that with some of those power users, right? Getting the members to get the office certifications, the admin ones that we have, and now you pair that with a certified coach, and it's like, the possibilities are endless at that point, right? Then everything that the coaches are teaching them want you to do, and then now they can bring ideas. Hey, what about this?
Right.
And now the coach's like, you're ahead of the schedule, but we can do that, or we can grow that part. So I think if you group that together, that's like how it should work.
Sure.
So,
No, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to have you guys here. Your last night was your first, trade show. We call it Partner Jam.
Yeah.
What was your experience? What do you think of that? Well, it was a good.
I go to a lot of events, so it was a refreshing take on a trade show.
Yeah.
Right?
Not a lot of casino nights.
Not a lot of casino nights, especially now where we're controlling the money, which I thought was a great idea, right? Because let's be honest, people aren't going to be winning. Not everybody's winning.
Right.
Table's not hot for everyone.
Right.
So it was
House always wins, right?
That's right. I see. Vegas ain't built because people win it. Yeah.
So it was nice to have folks be like, "Hey, I need more money," and it's funny. No. This is exactly how it happened. Somebody came out and they said, "I need more money." Well, I can't just give it to you.
You're right.
So what do you got for me? Do you use ServiceTitan?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we actually had a very good conversation.
Yeah.
But it kind of breaks that ice of that, like, I don't really want to talk to the vendor. It's a little awkward, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just made it a different dynamic.
Good
It was really nice, really fun. I really enjoyed it, right? Food was great. Everything was great. Seemed like everyone was having a great time.
Yeah.
But people were also still very engaged.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just this casino thing that's like, I'm going to gamble.
We were worried about that.
I didn't feel like that, at least on our end.
Good.
We had a lot of great traffic, good conversations. So,
and an all-inclusive, we were worried that people were just going to wander off and not go. So we're like, we better do something. Get Asians. It was I thought it was very good. What were your thoughts from last night?
It was great, man. It was a great turnout. I will say shout out to you and the team from CertainPath, because even before you get here, that's where the real work comes in. And I'll show up and it looks great, but I've been on the other side, so I know it takes a lot to get that executed. So shout out to you all on that. I think what was great is that we also had the flip side. We had people come up, have a great conversation. We're talking ServiceTitan. We're looking at, and then they're about to walk away, and I was like, "Hey, do you want money?
do you want money?
Oh, is that right?
We can get a little bit of that too.
Gotta give these away, right?
It's also, so you got both sides. I think it was like a great way to set this up. I don't know how you top it for next year. Good luck to you all on that. But
then you guys are figuring it out with Pantheon, right? To the smaller level. Yeah. No, that's neat. So how do you guys envision being at our events and stuff? Because we do weekly, boot camps called Executive Perspective for people that are non-members. And we have 2 events a year, national events. So how are you guys going to integrate with us in that?
Yeah, in short, Bob, we're all in. So from a partnership perspective, we want to be involved with as many events as you all will have us. One thing we wanted to make very clear with this is that this is not meant to be, we sign a deal, we shake hands, we say hi, we show up to one event, and you'll never see ServiceTitan again. One thing that we're standing up with this program is very much being present with the members, present with CertainPath. Building in that curriculum, I think that's the biggest thing. Any of these events where we're doing education or empowering your users to get the more out of their software, even if they're not on ServiceTitan, right? How you think about software, how you think about AI. We want to show up to that. We want to bring some subject matter experts to talk to that. We know we got the 2 big events. We'll have presence there for sure. Great. We're excited about those. But even then, in between there, don't expect us to disappear if that's the expectation.
No, we're excited. We knew you guys were in lockstep. I just wanted other people to know that.
Yeah.
They're going to see that ServiceTitan logo at our stuff. So I love it. So, well, guys, I had a lot of fun chatting with you. This was fun. Good energy. I appreciate all your time and all your insight.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
The Successful Contractor podcast is part of the CertainPath family. CertainPath builds successful home service businesses and has for 25 years. We do it by providing contractors with a proven path to success, professional coaching, software solutions, and a member community of 1,000 plus strong. Doubling your sales with a 20% net profit and an inspiring company culture is all possible. Let us show you the way. With CertainPath, success is made certain. Visit www.mycertainpath.com for more information.